So what's in this document, in this draft document? It includes proposals to reduce the flow of migration into Europe and control distribution among member states, including cooperating with so-called third countries to reduce the number of arrivals into the EU, strengthening the EU's external borders, that's to stem migration, as well as countering, quote, secondary movements across the bloc's internal borders. And for more analysis on just why this is so controversial, I'm joined by Brussels-based journalist James Cantor. James, the summit takes place in a period of heightened attention across the EU. What can we expect to come out of it, if any?
Well, look, let's start with the main point that the migration issue is one of the most neuralgic and the most painful for the European Union. The numbers of arrivals of migrants to the EU are way down this year compared to their peak just a couple of years ago, but the underlying factors that have led to large numbers of migrants still trickling into the EU have not gone away. And the criticism of Chancellor Merkel has grown even louder. Now, you'll recall that President Trump has made some unsubstantiated claims that Mrs. Merkel's decision to welcome in migrants in 2015 has led to a higher crime rate in Germany. And in a way, Trump's intervention is just one more sign of how people across the world who favor a return to walls, borders, and fences are still seeking, they're still seeking to take advantage of Merkel's policy of welcoming in refugees by portraying this as a foolhardy move that will end her career and undermine the safety and security of Europeans. So you can see how controversial this is.
Indeed. And, for Merkel, I think one of her biggest worries is that borders will start to come up within the EU. And so she's holding this mini summit to get some form of consensus. But there are countries missing, like Hungary. Why do you think that is?
Look, the awkward squad, and that's to say the leaders of Eastern European countries like Hungary aren't expected to be there, as you say. Hungary has defied this Brussels and Berlin line on migration for a couple of years now. Now, what is that element that has angered countries like Hungary so much? Well, it's this contentious issue of sharing refugees across the bloc. That's what Berlin, Rome, Athens, and Brussels have wanted for a long time in order to relieve the pressure on Italy, Greece, and Germany, where most of the refugees end up. But that's precisely what the Hungarians and other Eastern European countries have been firmly resisting.
All right. Thank you for that analysis, James Cantor.